Okay, Tanya, let's see if we can figure this out. First thing I'm going to do is select it. She's got everything attached, so I'm going to detach. I want to detach all of that. You might want to duplicate it and work off of another copy. See, we don't need those stars. I'm going to get rid of those. Here's another attached. These are all attached. I'm not sure what that is, how she's done this. It's grouped. So let me ungroup that. There we go. I don't need that bounding box. Not going to need that. This is all grouped, so we're going to select it. We're going to detach it first because she's got it attached and grouped, so we're going to detach. And then once you have it detached, you're going to come up here and ungroup. And that should have that way. So she's got it all on lines, so that's good. So we're going to go line by line, and we're going to ungroup those. Okay, and then we're going to ungroup, and then we're going to ungroup. So you just want to go in your layers panel and look and see what's grouped and ungrouped. And you can duplicate this before you start and hide a copy. What I would do is just do a save as. That way you don't mess up the file that you have. Do a save as to do this and do it in a totally separate project. Then we're going to come up here and we're going to get this D, and I'm going to pull it out. And then we need the U. Then we need the S, the T, and the Y. And that's if you want to do it that way, or if you want to do it all caps. And I forgot what your other name was. Let me grab that real quick. And Wyatt. Let's grab that W. We need another Y. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to duplicate it. There we go. Then we need the A. I'm going to take this T and I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to duplicate it again. So now we have to line those up. So I'm just going to select them all. I'm going to line top. You don't want to line bottom because your Y hangs down below. Okay, so we're going to line top. Looks like they're not adjusted right. They're different heights. They looked right over here, but up here they don't look right. I'm just going to stretch that out to there so that they're the same height. And that's the way you're going to have to work with that one to do their names. Just make sure everything's the same height. I'm not sure why that changed, but it did. Oh, I do, because that's a cap. That's why. Well, no, because our caps are, they look the same over here, but they didn't up here. Oh, well. Gonna delete that one since I'm stretching this one. I want them to be exactly the same height. Now duplicate it. Now I'm going to select all of those. I'm going to align top. They should look pretty cohesive. Do any adjusting you think you might need to do on those. And then once you have them aligned top, you're going to, I'm just going to do it one more time since I moved those. Distribute horizontally. And it kind of ran that one together. So let's take this one. And I'm just going to hold down my shift key. I'm going to drag it over. And that's going to keep it in line and lined up for me. You may want them closer together. It's totally up to you. Once you have that, we're going to attach. And then we're just going to work on the other one. We're going to make sure that we have those like we want them. Let's go ahead and align everything top so we know where we need to adjust at. That looks good. align top. Just going to select these two. They look spaced good, pretty good. I'm going to hold my shift key and drag them over so they stay in line. And we're going to, I've got about the same space. You may want to space some more or do less. That's totally up to you. So I'm going to align that and distribute horizontally to make sure it's all lined up and got the same amount of spacing. And sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not. I don't like that, so I'm just going to pull that over just a little bit. Once you have it like you like it, select those and detach. I would then get rid of this here because you have your original file already set up. You don't need that to bog down design space for you. And if you wanted to use the stars on each side, then you could, of course, add those back in and put those and align them up vertically. And then you have your stars on there. So work with it, play with it. You just have to make sure that you go in and you have to detach anything that's attached and ungroup anything that's grouped so that you can get to those individual letters, and then you can work with them like you want. Now you can either do this two ways. Since you're doing it on the back for them, you can flip it here and flip it horizontal, and then it will automatically be backwards. And then when you hit make it, it's already set up. Of course, you've got to change it to engrave, your line type. But over here you see why it is not. So if you're, let's just put this on another mat just so we can see it. This one is not flipped. Let's change this one to a white mat as well, just so we can see it. Or yellow, we'll do that on yellow. This is the one I flipped in the canvas, so I don't have to do anything to it if I'm putting it on the back of that for engraving. But on this one, I would have to mirror it if I don't do it in the canvas. So there's two ways to do that. So just so you have that, make sure that you understand this one was on the white mat and we didn't flip it. This was on the yellow. So make sure that you go up, and for engraving, you're going to come up here and change that line type to engrave. And then you're going to save it and you're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and save this one so you can play with it. And let me, as a matter of fact, do a save as. Because you have to remember, these are not welded, so each one of these dots and stuff are all separate images. So the more you have in there, the longer it's going to take to save. But I will get this, I will shoot you the link with this video, and then you can go in there and play with that. Let me do a save as, because I'm going to delete that. There we go. Oh, not an H in there. Save. All right, I hope that helps you out, Tanya. If you have any more questions, please let me know.